It's AllBall TV. You already know the motto. They scared, but I'm not.
I understand Curry changed the game. Like what he's done to the game is, listen, I told you for me, he's the most influential basketball player of all time. To me, over LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe and Iverson. But
Oh, stop
influential,
right there. Stop right there. Please, I'm sorry. Why isn't Isiah Thomas talked about in terms of influence?
that's, you know why? He got the beef with Jordan. Come on, let's call it what it is. And it seems like, I don't know him personally, but watching, it seems like he may be a little difficult to deal with. And I'm going to explain why. They don't like people that tell the truth. No, I'm not saying that to throw a shot. I love Isiah. Like, I would love to meet Isiah and talk to him. I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, they don't want people telling the truth. You telling me nobody ever thought about what Isiah Thomas said to Draymond Green as far as Kevin Durant going over there and saving that legacy? But nobody wants to say that in public because people are scared of the backlash. Isiah doesn't care about backlash. And you got to realize, what? Remember, if you're great and you are as great as Magic, Mike, and them guys because you won in that era, wouldn't you be tired of hearing everybody being spoken about but you? That's human nature. You're gonna. So it's human nature to get upset when you hear about everybody else being spoken about in this greatness, in this light, and they keep forgetting to mention your name. It's wrong. It's wrong. Listen, when they bring up Mike, LeBron, Kobe, God rest his soul, Magic, Kareem, they even bring up KD. How you bringing up KD with only 2 rings? Isiah got 2. They don't even bring up Tim Duncan. They bring up Shaq, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell. So, of course, if I'm Isiah, I'm upset too. Because, listen, if ain't nobody going to speak for me, I got to speak for myself. And listen, man, it may come off a little smug, a little arrogant, a little attitude-ish, if that's a word. If not, I made that up, attitude-ish. But listen, he has a valid and a great point. Like he said, I led my team in 2 categories, assists and points, in back-to-back championships.
But I want to talk about with the influence real quick, because that to me is not talked about. The entire 90s looks like the Pistons,
Well, well, well,
the Knicks, the Pacers, the Bulls. All
well,
y'all look like
well.
the. And then hold on. If the whole decade looked like that, right? The next decade, they try to get rid of the rules because they needed more Michael Jordans. So they put the zone in there. Shaq was too much. Shaq could kill any offense or whatever, any defense. But they were saying, yo, we want to get rid of Shaq, of course, but also we want to allow these kind of players on the court because they knew, oh, Detroit put the blueprint out there of how to stop the one-on-one guy, but the one-on-one guy is the guy that promotes the league the best. We've seen all the big men. They never took the league to this level. It was Magic, Bird, then Jordan. And those are perimeter players. You can't have the Piston style defense with those rules. They're going to X out the guy that we need to be the champion. And this is just a fact. So that influence of Isiah Thomas, he led all that. A word, I learned this from Bobby Knight. This is how you play ball, bro. And he X'd them out. Like that to me is not talked about enough. And again, we always talk about Isiah Thomas or refer to him because we love Brunson. He's on the Knicks. But that's the anomaly. For some reason, you guys forgot. And Tom Thibodeau on the Knicks, I brought it back to the Knicks somehow, but that's our blueprint. Not the 2000 Pistons, the 80s Pistons. When Isiah Thomas sitting there breaking down, bro, you look at the highest rated games in the 80s. It's us. It's us versus the Lakers, us versus the Bulls, us versus the Celtics. You need the villain. The Rock is cool and all that, but what is he without Triple H and the bad guy? The Pistons were the bad guy, and they embraced it. Who's the bad guy today?
Well, that's a great point. And him not being mentioned as influential, I have no problem with that. I really don't. I
I
don't
do.
think, all right, but hey, we can agree to disagree. My thing is, he needs to be mentioned way more often. When they talk about point guards, they literally say 2 names. And then a lot of people like Jason Kidd is my favorite point guard ever. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's my favorite. He's in my top 5. I hear him honorable mention a lot. I don't never hear Zeke. I hear Gary Payton. I hear a lot about John Stockton. People even bring up Chris Paul before they bring up Isiah Thomas. These are facts. So the NBA tricked us to not love or like Isiah Thomas. You can't do that to a real fan, a real basketball fan. Isaiah Thomas is better than Steph Curry. I don't think what Isaiah Thomas did, Steph Curry can do that. I just don't. Let's break it down. Today's Michael Jordan is who? LeBron James. Now, of course, Curry beat LeBron 3 times. But 2 of those times, Kevin Durant had to come and save the day. But the first series, when LeBron, his 2 guys went down, people say that's why y'all won. Then when he came back, y'all lost. Now, let's talk about, let's say, Magic Johnson or Larry Bird. Steph Curry, Toronto. You couldn't do it by yourself. KD got hurt. Clay got hurt. Y'all got smoked in 6 games. And you was terrible. Them last 2 games, you was terrible. Kawhi wiped you up. So my thing is, I'm talking about playoff performances, finals performances. He only has 1 finals MVP. Like I said, if we going by that logic, Isaiah Thomas is better than Steph Curry. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. But like Isiah said, you run off screens, catch and shoot, which is nothing wrong with that. Like I said, Curry, for me, he's not top 10 yet for me.
For all time?
But he's right there. Nah, he's not top 10. No.
He ain't. Listen, people don't want to hear what I got to say. Like,
you know,
if we talking about the whole era, the whole existence of basketball,
but
no.
But he's a great player. He's legendary. He's going down in history. I will never take that away from him. But in this case, numbers and championship rings don't tell the whole story. What Isaiah Thomas did, I didn't see Steph Curry do that yet. I'm sorry. I've seen him when Draymond Green was out, when Clay was out. I think they lost in the play-in. So for me, I know everybody need help, but listen, man, Isaiah Thomas needs to be mentioned a lot more. When we talk about top 10, listen, I might have to mention him more than Akeem Olajuwon. I'm sorry. Mike was retired. I don't care what nobody say. All that Kenny and them, yeah, we still the one. We don't know that. All I'm saying is Mike was retired. But when Mike was there in his prime, Zeke won. So they got to start figuring that out. Listen, I'll put Zeke over Bill Russell. I mean, not Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain. Because if we go by people's logic, I'm just saying. Listen,
hold on,
man.
I gotta laugh at that first because Will is so crazy. Nah, Will is so crazy. But to your point, leadership, leading the squad. Come on, man. David, is David versus Goliath.
And how many Will got? 2?
2.
Right. And Isiah got 2. Under way harsher and harder circumstances. Once again, it doesn't take away from the greatness of Will Akeem. Nobody. I'm just saying, I have no problem if somebody have their list and Zeke is in there ahead of Hakeem or Will Chamberlain. I'm sorry. I just won't.
And you know what point I don't want to forget? Now that as you were talking, because we love to talk about this era, the medicine is better. They play 20 years now, easier. Okay. So all you're telling me is that back then they had a certain amount of time to win and to play great. Isaiah Thomas took advantage of every single second, it felt like. So you guys, the owners make you take off. Steph Curry complained about it. Also, I want to play, but they're not letting me play. Isaiah had to play. On a sprained ankle, broken ankle in the finals, whatever it was, he dropped 25 points. They didn't lose because of him. All they have is the Larry Bird incident. That was big time. Like you said, they branded the whole game against them. I can see why he feels a certain way, even though he was always a part of the league, though. Like he was that interview with Draymond is amazing. He's been part of the last 40. My whole life, Isaiah Thomas has been a part of the NBA, CBA owner, Toronto Raptors GM, or whatever it was.
Coach,
so everything. He coached those Pacers before they went to the finals. After they went to the finals. Before they went to the finals. I just feel like he's not talked about enough, and that's like damn near a cautionary tale of what not to do. And look, that's why he was the first person to speak up for Draymond when he said, "Yo, they trying to set you up to be Barkley. You can't be out there doing whatever you want to do. They need you to be an ambassador for the game, post game. Trust me, don't be doing all that. You got to chill out." I don't think Draymond listened, but you know, to your point, bro, they try to whitewash Isiah Thomas's whole brand. It's AllBall TV. You already know the motto. They scared, but I'm not.